I went with $20 in my pocket. See? But I had tremendous courage. I will make it. And of course, the system also was so good. The system is always promoting the entrepreneurs. I started with very little amount, $10,000 from my pocket, and time came when I more or less retired in 2003. We had almost 14 drugstores in New York City. Today's world, when our people are struggling to establish themselves in an organization, in a society, in a family, I think inner guidance is more important. Inner guidance coming from your own heart. Very clearly it must come. Then it has some value to it. See? So meditation promotes, though not directly, but indirectly, it will lead us to permanent happiness. And that is only the beginning. It's a stepping stone. Happy mind is more creative. So if you are going to be a creative person, see, take a time, go back, relax, pause, and see how creative you can become. Calm mind can create much more than a turbulent mind. Well, I started my first business in pharmacy when I was 24. That was in New York City. And like many of the immigrants, we didn't go with tons of wealth. I went with $20 in my pocket. See? But I had tremendous courage. I will make it. And of course, the system also was so good. The system is always promoting the entrepreneurs. I started with very little amount, $10,000 from my pocket, and time came when I more or less retired in 2003. We had almost 14 drugstores in New York City. And to me personally, it is more satisfying. During that period, the guidance that I got within from my heart was amazing, tremendously amazing. What to do next, whom to hire, is this person right? Sometimes you find something not very right happening around you in the business world, and you try to be revengeful if you are not very careful, see. But you hold back. If an employee makes a mistake, it is natural that you might get upset, but then hold back on their anger and then see what to do and how to improve the situation. Because once you fire someone, there is no other expert going to come back. He is also going to make mistake. So it is better to allow that person to learn from his mistake rather than replace him. Now I tell you, the employees I have since 1984 are still with us. No one has left. And each chain, it continues like that. And now we have quite a number of stores now, say, in New York City, which are being looked after my associates with whom I started then. They're all flourishing very well. And all of them meditate. In times of trouble, if at all it comes, I think it's best to close your eyes and see for yourself. But wiser thing would be not allow the trouble to surface in first place by not taking wrong decisions. Always take rightful decision when you have a meditative mind. In 80s and for most part of 90s, Bulls, the basketball team from Chicago, led by Michael Jordan, right? Phil Jackson was their coach. He would ensure that the team players, at least for 10 minutes, they would close their eyes and sit quietly and meditate. This particular team, they ruled. They were champions for years after years after years. And when Phil Jackson moved from Bulls to, I think, LA Lakers, there too he started teaching meditation. The Lakers became again the champions. It shows something, you see. that team together, when they resonated mentally at same level, the reciprocity is there. And if there is some sort of enmity because of whatever may have happened, meditation washes it, cleans it away from your heart. Because you can't remain conscientious and also entertain bad feelings about your teammate. You'd confess to your friend and say, I'm sorry, I've been thinking like this, I should not be. So you'll end up mellowing yourself, you'll become cleaner from inside. And this is also one of the practice that we offer in Heartfulness, how to keep our intentions cleaner, clearer, and something that can not only benefit me, but benefit rest of us. Also, this aspect of cleaning that we adopt as a practice, it's almost like meditation. It's done in the evening. With this cleaning, we are able to let go of any complexities or opinions or impressions that we form about someone or about ourselves. We try to get rid of it. It's like they say, no, you go to sleep with clear conscience, your life will be better. That's what we try to do. See? How to remain with a clear conscience. You cannot just have it by wishing. You better do something about it. Adopt some practice that can help you do it. Wrong opinions need not be wrong opinions or something which is not coming from the heart. We give what is authentic, what you feel in your heart that this is right or wrong. That's all. In business world also, there are kinds of people who often go away or enjoy so much of luxury with bosses because they do wrong things. But these are all temporary. Even if they may survive 2 years, 3 years, 20 years, but the end will not be good. People who are looking up to the interest of the company, and when you're authentic about it, even boss will appreciate that, yes, whatever Saravanan is saying is correct. So always express your heartfelt opinion. When mind wants to take over and you want to impress the boss, then it's a different story, you see. But then too you realize that, I'm trying to prove a point. I want to subdue the other person's opinion. So spirituality again comes to our rescue. It helps us that, okay, I should not be so much carried away because of my egoistic ideas. So I have to differentiate whether I'm interested in welfare of the company or whether I'm trying to impose my own ideas. So it's a great thing actually. Such challenges are good. Such challenges will make us even stronger. Imagine everything are going so well and people are listening and then there is no fun. How will you grow in such environment? You need challenge. Challenges are naturally provided by work environment and again your family environment also. Not all families have harmony. They look apparently happy, apparently luxurious, apparently affluent. But when you deep down see the inner life of each of these members, you feel sorry, you feel sad. They all live in their illusions that possessions will protect them. I'm not against possessions. Master used to say, if you can make crore, go ahead and make 10 crores. If you have the ability to make 10 crores, make 100 crores. It's okay to make tons of money. Use it wisely. What has helped me is again my trust and faith in myself. Confidence, when do I lose confidence in myself? When do I stop loving myself? The failures, after failures, you start blaming yourself that, I failed and I failed and I failed, and you start disliking your thoughts, disliking your actions. In order to avoid these various failures, one has to become more contemplative before we implement any actions. I recommend a great book which I read many years back called As a Man Thinketh. I will start with the last page of the chapter and come to the first page. I'll put it in a very simple way that he says, why do you feel sad? And why do you feel happy? When things goes as per your desired trajectory and things happen because you wished it like that and it happened like that. And when things don't happen according to my action, which I planned for, I become sad. So the results of my action decides whether I'll be happy or unhappy. And the results of my action depends on how well I planned my action. And how well I planned my action depends upon my thoughts, how I played my game in my mind. And the kinds of thoughts I regulate in my mind depends upon my attitude. Now it becomes a vicious cycle. First I will speak in Hindi how this gets related. In fact, he says thoughts are the main thing. Thoughts leading to actions, actions leading to results, results leading to either or. But he did not write about what precedes thoughts. Vrittis, we call in Hindi. Vritti leads us into a particular level of pravritti, attitude, defining your actions, pravritti. Pravritti will lead you to another thing that makes your nature, what we call prakriti. You repeat things again and again, that becomes your second nature. What we call आपका प्रकृति ऐसा हो गया because आपका प्रवृत्ति ऐसा है. आपका प्रवृत्ति ऐसा क्यों है? Because आपका वृत्ति ऐसा है. So vritti leading to pravritti leading to prakriti. And from prakriti we create our own prarabdha, our destiny. So these are all connected. See, how to regulate our tendencies. That's where heartfulness comes into picture. More and more cleaning we do, we are able to remove some scars, impressions. We are slowly getting deconditioned. So far we have been conditioned in particular way. Now we want to erase that. We want to decondition ourselves. So when the emotional baggage that we carry guides in a particular direction, when that emotional baggage is removed, you are able to have what Zen or Buddhism calls beginner's mind, fresh mind. Meaning you don't have any biases. You don't have any preconditioning. So I have to free myself from all kinds of impressions. Impressions are of two types again. Many people, they argue with me that somebody had cheated me in the business world or in relationship. So this cheating has two aspects to it. One is that you form emotional baggage. It also has what we call cognitive baggage. You always remember that so and so has done that to me. This memory part is there. That's what we call cognitive memory of so-called cheating. But there is emotional memory also. We call samskars. Cognitive memory makes me more careful not to trust this person in business world or in relationship. So we do learn something. Though we have forgot past, cognitive memory is always good. See? That when somebody sneezes and I also inhale that, I get COVID, for example. It's a memory, both kinds of memory. When you suffer at the same time, next time you'll be wearing a mask. So we learn from all these things. In relationships also, we may forgive, but the cognitive part of it will come to our rescue for the rest of our life, that not to repeat the same thing again.